Here is my audience for my speech. Hi, my name is Dan Midena, and I'm here to teach you how to play Texas Hold'em. Poker great Dutch Boyd once said, "Poker is a lot like sex. Everyone thinks they're the best, but most don't have a clue what they're doing." Texas Hold'em is a game played all around the world, and it's becoming more popular as we go on. I've played in a lot of tournaments myself, but most of the knowledge and the info I got is from my big brother, known as a poker pro in Las Vegas, who has accumulated over 500,000 last year in poker tournament winnings. In this video, you will learn how to play, the different hand rankings, and how do you actually win in Texas Hold'em. So first, what is Texas Hold'em? Texas Hold'em is a poker game that you use all 52 cards, and each player at the table is dealt 2 cards. You can have up to 10 players at each table. First, let's start with the small blind, big blind. Small blind is always left to the dealer. Big blind is always left to the small blind. This is so that it initiates a pot before the hand starts, because if you didn't have these, then how would you know what to bet? Alright, so first we start by going with the hand rankings. Hand rankings start with the lowest pair, which would be a pair of 2s. For this instance, it would be the pair of 2s. This is the lowest possible hand you can get in poker. Next is we have 2 pair. As you see, kings and queens, meaning 2 pair. Beating that would be a set of 3s, meaning 3 3s. As you see, 3 3s. Beating that would be a straight. Here we have the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, meaning it's 6 to 10 straight. Next, beating that would be a flush. As you see, 10 of clubs, 6 of clubs, 9 of clubs, 2 of clubs, ace of clubs. All the same suit. Beating that would be a full house. A full house is a set of any and a set of a pair. So a set and a pair together would mean a full house. So here we got a set of 5s and a pair of 7s equaling a full house. Beating that would be 4 of a kind. As you see here, we have 4 4s, meaning 4 of a kind. Beating that would be a straight flush. A straight flush is they all have to be the same suit and all in order. So you get this, combine the straight and the flush. Here we have the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of spades, all in order. And the granddaddy hand of them all would be what we call the royal flush. The royal flush is from ace to 10. So straight flush, but it's the highest straight flush you can achieve. So it'd be ace, king, queen, jack, 10 of spades. That is what we call a royal flush. Now, I am going to show you an example and a practice hand here so you can learn yourself. I think that's the best way to learn, is to actually see a hand dealt. So in this example, we got 5 players, all with chips. The dealer, beating myself, will deal to the left first. This will be the small blind. That left of this is the big blind. So 1 chip, 2 chips. Always, the small blind is always half of the big blind. The dealer will deal 1 card around, and then again another card. The first person to act will always be left of the big blind. So for this thing, he'll call. Then it's the left person. He's going to decide to fold for this act. Then it'd be the person next, so he will call, meaning 2 chips. Sorry, that's the big blind. It comes back to the small blind, and the small blind only has to put 1 in because he's already the small blind. The big blind has the option to check, so he checks. The pot comes to the middle. The dealer will then burn 1 card and turn over what we call the flop. Then we'll have a betting round. Action will go left of the dealer. So for this instance, we're going to flip over his cards. He's got a pair of fours. He's going to check. This player's got ace king. He's going to check. Wow, pocket jacks for the third player. So he's going to bet too. The fourth player, 9-4. He doesn't like the flop, so he is going to fold. He's going to come to the fours, and he is going to fold. So we're down to 2 players left. The ace king is going to call. The dealer will then burn another card and flip what we call the turn. And a jack comes on. Ace king is first to act. He checks. Pocket jacks just hit the jack, so he's going to bet. For this instance, the ace king usually wouldn't call, but he will call today. Finally, the dealer will burn one more card and flip over the last card. This is what we call the river. The ace king is first to act, and he's going to check again. The jacks is going to go what we call all in, meaning all his chips. Ace king is going to call with nothing. And this is what we call the showdown. Usually they're flipped over. The showdown is where you show your hands to see who the winner is. In this instance, the jacks, he's got 2 jacks, and there's a jack on the board, so we have a set of jacks. 3 jacks, meaning a set. And you'll play the best 5 cards, so it'd be right there. That would be your hand. He would win with a set of jacks. In conclusion, as I come to an end, Texas Hold'em is a game that has evolved around the world. Texas Hold'em starts with knowing the rules, knowing all the hand rankings, and actually how do you win. I hope you learned a lot in this video, and I'm going to leave you with famous words by Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Thank you.